Hey, Kosani here. Yes, I'm still alive. And yes, I do plan on doing more Wargroove videos. Just so everyone's cool with that. It's just that Wargroove's not letting me play right now. Quick match takes forever to find a match. It ain't connecting to shit. So I can't play right now. Um, I have fandom ADHD. I just jump from things from games to music and back and then I forget, like, oh yeah, I was doing this whole Wargroove thing. Anyway, so I don't want to stick with just Wargroove. I want to do some other games too. There's other great, I mean, even just in the turn-based strategy genre, there are fantastic. There's a lot of games that we can play. This is one of them. This is Xenonauts. Xenonauts is a spiritual successor to the original XCOM. XCOM, very punishing and difficult turn-based strategy. If you guys think that Wargroove is challenging, you ain't seen shit yet. This game will turn your asshole inside out, like real quick, and ruin a playthrough in one battle. Like, you have to be cautious. And of course, we're going to be playing on Insane Iron Man. Iron Man just means that we're not going to be able to keep a save file. We are basically after every action, it's saved. You can't go back. We can't save scum. I've tried to Alt 4 and trick the game. The game's like, no, fuck you. I'm going to give the alien 2 turns. So that ain't never going to work. Insane. So the game, even on normal, it's pretty punishing. I mean, you've got room for errors, and errors are going to happen because there's a little bit of RNG, and we'll talk about that as the game goes on. But the RNG makes the game more, it makes it more dynamic, and it makes you adapt to the situation, and it makes you account for the RNG. So it's not like a science. I feel like there has to be a little bit of RNG so that a game doesn't become a science, because at that point, it's not fun in my opinion. We are going to be playing on Insane, of course. That means the aliens get all their stats, get like a 45% buff, they do more damage, they're more accurate, they can move farther, their planes are more durable, our planes are less durable, our planes have less range. It's just harder across the board. It takes a game that can already be challenging and punishing for mistakes and just kicks it into overdrive. We're going to get our poop pushed in, guys. It's going to be great. I have had 2 semi-successful Iron Man, Insane Iron Man, runs, with a failure coming on the very last mission. So I consider myself pretty decent at this game. But yeah, it's going to be great, trust me. Alright, so I don't want this to be a tutorial video. If this game looks interesting at all, I highly advise you to pick it up. It's pretty cheap. It's worth it if you like strategy, especially if you like challenge. So I'm not going to get too involved, but I am going to go over the basics here in the first video. Basically, this is the world map. The setting is the right after the Cold War, where United States and Russia had a big dick measuring contest, and in this story, the Cold War was just a front for them ramping up their their military capabilities to deal with the oncoming UFO alien invasion. So the rest of the world's in on it too. We'll get paid from the rest of the world. Like, there's these there's regions highlighted in green here, and we get money from each of those regions. You can see in the top right corner there, Soviet Union's giving us almost $500,000 a month to fund the Xenonauts program. And then so UFOs will come, they'll fuck some shit up, they'll kill some civilians, they'll anally probe some people, and then as stuff goes on, as bad things happen to this region, our funding level is going to drop. However, if we're doing a great job of cleaning up aliens, then our funding level could raise. And we're starting with $2 million. And this game is very strategic. You have to manage your money well, because you don't get enough money for everything that you want. You really have to prioritize. You have to, it's very strategic even just on the money level, much less the battles. There's going to be the air battles are real simple. We're going to use our planes to take down UFOs. That's a pretty simple, almost like a mini game. And then once we engage on the ground, that's where the meat and potatoes of the game comes in. So we're gonna I always put my first base here, and then because it covers like 4 or 5 regions here. The game runs constantly. This is the time here, and this is relatively slow. And we can speed the game up while we're waiting for things to happen, but I want to just kind of explain things real quick. So I always build my new base immediately. I always build my second base immediately, because you can't, the longer we don't have a base in these areas we don't cover, like see this circle around Logos? This is our radar range. We can see everything that goes on inside here, and our planes they have a little more range than the radar, but you really need multiple bases to cover. And if we let these 3 regions over here take too much of a beating, we're just going to lose too much money. So this is an investment right off the bat. We're putting a lot of money into a second base here. And I like to put it about right here. What Logos, ethos, pathos. I always have like a naming convention, all this shit. All right, so anyway, this is the world map. You can see this is dark here. That just represents the dark side, like nighttime. As time goes on, obviously that'll move. And we do not want to fight in the dark. My God, it sucks ass fighting in the dark. So this is a look at our main base. We've got 4 hangars. We've got 2 fighter jets. We've got a transport chopper. This will transport our troops to the battles. We'll get into more on that later. The lab, which we use to research. And a lot of this game is about acquiring alien technology and researching up a tech tree. Because it is 1979, we're going to be using ballistics, rifles and rocket launchers and stuff like that. And aliens are going to be using plasma shit. And you have to ramp your tech up quick, because you're going to be outgunned, you're going to be out-teched, and a lot of times you're going to be outnumbered too. So you really have to keep pace. And this is all a balancing act. So you research things in here. This is the workshop. You'll make things in here. We can make planes. We can make tanks. We can make the next tiers of guns, which we'll get into. Our radar array. Like I said, this is this circle around our base that we can see. We can build more radar arrays to see more of the planet, which we will be doing. We'll be getting more, but they're just so expensive. Things in this game, you burn through money so fast, and I don't like to buy one of these right away. I don't really want to buy anything right away, actually. Even a medical center we can wait on. We want to pinch them pennies, boy, because you also pay. Not only do you pay a cost to build it, but then you'll pay an upkeep every month. So everything that you have eats into your income from your regions. So you gotta be careful. Yeah, we got a storeroom where we'll keep all our ammo and guns and shit. This is the research screen. We'll get that when we get alien technology. We'll be researching stuff. Right now we're just researching an alien invasion, like the basics. The build screen, we don't have anything to build. We get unlimited like technology that already exists, like guns and stuff. But as we get alien technology, we will have to build it, and we will have to manage it. The storeroom, we don't have anything to store. Now we got soldiers here, and I want to I don't want to go too deep into what these stats do just yet, but I will say that I have the option of renaming soldiers. So if anybody wants to become a soldier, just let me know in the comments section. Let me know who you want to replace. So these are randomly generated soldiers for the most part. The ones you start with are pretty good compared to the ones that you can hire. So we want to keep these guys alive as long as we can. We're going to have different classes. There's going to be heavy weapons. There's a sniper. There's an assault, which is a shotgunner up close. There's a shield class. There's a rocket class, and then you can customize what you want them to take, how much grenades, how much ammo, what kind of weapons. So it's very strategic. And then of course you got a weight limit based on your strength, so you can't just take everything. Tanks, I haven't decided if we're going to build tanks yet. They're a little controversial to me. I'm not convinced that they're worth it because they are kind of expensive, but we'll consider that later. Our plane screen. This is our drop ship, how we want our troops to start. And when we get to the battle, we can kind of position them and everything. And then our interceptors, how do we want to what kind of weapons do we want to put on them, that kind of thing. It's very everything's very modular in this game. So yeah, that's it. This is the quick intro. The next video we'll go hunting. Kosani out.